The 75 former U.S. attorneys condemned the zero-tolerance policy, announced by Sessions in May, under which children are put into shelters while parents facing prosecution for illegally crossing the border into the United States are jailed. Your zero-tolerance policy has resulted in the unnecessary trauma and suffering of innocent children, they wrote in a letter published Monday on Medium. We also emphasize that the zero-tolerance policy is a radical departure from previous Justice Department policy, and that it is dangerous, expensive, and inconsistent with the values of the institution in which we served, they continued. Although President Donald Trump and several members of his administration, including Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, have repeatedly claimed the family separation policy must be enforced, legal experts, including this group of attorneys, have challenged such an assertion. As former U.S. attorneys, we know that none of these consequences nor the policy itself is required by law, they wrote in their letter to Sessions. Rather, its implementation and its execution are taking place solely at your direction, and the unfolding tragedy falls squarely on your shoulders. They continued, it is time for you to announce that this policy was ill-conceived and that its consequences and cost are too drastic, too inhumane, and flatly inconsistent with the mission and values of the United States Department of Justice. It is time for you to end it. If you don't like families being separated, you can tell the Department of Homeland Security to stop doing it, Graham said. Representative Will Hurd, R. Texas, whose district includes a stretch of the border, also criticized the policy. We should not be using kids as a deterrent policy, Hurd said Saturday on CNN. This is something I think is actually unacceptable, and is something that as Americans we shouldn't be doing. This is clearly something that the administration can change, he added. They don't need legislation to change it. Related video, are asylum seeing families being separated? Watch news, TV, and more on News Pulse View.